What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J, and this is the Mo You Know. Apologize for not going live yesterday. I got off work late, hit the gym, came home, made some steaks, and passed the hell out just to get up and do it all over again today. As you can see, the lights, they fell down. What was it? They fell down Sunday when I got back. I tried to put them back up. I don't know, man. Either it's too hot or they hit the wall over there. And now I just got to order some more of the adhesive to put on the back of it. So the lights are down. Yeah. Life sucks, man. Life sucks, man. But we'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out, man. Oh, well. Today we have three different topics. We got the race war that's going on in the UK right now. We got a father that committed a devastating crime up in Ohio. And then we're going back to Walmart because, you know, a lot of things happen at Walmart on a day to day. Haven't been to a good Walmart in years. You know, I got a little bit of money in my pocket. I started going to Target and I kind of stayed away from Walmart. But I like Walmart though. You know what I'm saying? I go to Walmart, I get my work draws, my wife beaters. I get those from Walmart. Target, they try to run up the price a little bit, but you can go to Walmart, get you some good wife beaters and some good Hanes draws to just wear to work and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I haven't been to Walmart in a while, and this is probably one of the reasons why. Um, the UK is really fucking crazy right now, man. They lynched a guy, I think Saturday. It's just been riots nonstop. They're going to your house. If you make comments on Instagram or Facebook or anything that's racist, they're going to your house and arresting you. So it's a fucking shit show over there. It's crazy over there, man. I ain't got a lot of energy. Been working my tail off. Well, this would be my first weekend back for a while. We got 3 weekends back, and then we're gonna head on out to Brazil. Then that next weekend, I'll be in Amsterdam with the family, which is the first weekend of power. But this isn't Mo.J, this is the Mo You Know. So we can go ahead and jump into this little race war that they got going on. I really don't even know how it started. I just know like a week or 2 weeks ago, one of the ladies I talked to over there, she's like, "Hey, did you know anything about this?" I'm like, "Hell no!" Like, I ain't going to the UK in a while though. You know what I mean? I'm not going over there for a while. But let me see. All right. So right now they're right. It's kind of looking like yeah, so it started on July 29th. Let's go to Rutgers real quick and try to get a little explanation of what the hell's actually going on. Is this it? Yeah, okay, here we go. Why there are riots in the UK and who is behind them? Riots have erupted into anti. Oh man, we're gonna have to. Y'all ain't heard about this though going on in the UK? August 7th, riots have erupted at anti-immigration protests in towns and cities across Britain in the last week, with attacks by far-right groups on hotel housing, asylum seekers, and on mosque. Here is the background to the disorder and what has caused it. Why the protests began. On July 29th, three girls aged between 6 and 9 were all unalive during an attack at a Taylor Swift themed dance event for children in the seaside town of Southport in northern England. 8 other children and 2 adults were hurt. Police arrested a 17-year-old male, and false information circulated on social media that the suspect was an Islamic migrant, which led to violent anti-Muslim protests in Southport the following day in an attempt to attack the town's mosque. The teenager has since been charged with the M word and an attempted M word. Police said he was born in Britain and have not been treated to the attack. Yeah, he was born in Britain and have not treated the attack as terrorism. So, really, with just all the misunderstanding, they thought it was a Muslim that did this, kind of like what's going on here. They just blame everything on the Muslims, but it wasn't a Muslim that actually did it. There has since been riots in more than 20 places across Britain, Sutherland and Northeast England, and Manchester in the Northwest, the Plymouth in the Southwest, and Belfast in Northern Ireland. Most of the protests have involved a few hundred people targeting migrants or Muslims, with police vehicles set alt-right and bricks, bottles, and other missiles thrown at mosques and police officers. Shops, including Asian-owned businesses, have been vandalized or looted. All right, so I think I got a video of this. We'll go into that right after this. In Rotherham, I never been there, but in northern England, a hotel that held migrants was attacked with windows smashed and a large garbage container set ablaze outside. Around 400 people have been arrested since the disturbances started, police chiefs say, and more than 120 people have been charged in connection with the riots. Who's behind the riots? Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said the violence was a result of the far-right thuggery. At least they call them thugs over there. High-profile anti-immigration and anti-Muslim activities, such as Stephen Yaxley Lennon, known as Tommy Robinson, have promoted the protest online and have been accused of politicians in the media by peddling misinformation to inflame tensions. Robinson has accused the media of lying about him. I mean, that's pretty much, let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, same thing, mainly the far right. But we got us a documentary. It was not a documentary, but it's a short documentary, if that makes sense. Download. Yeah, so this is a pretty big thing. It's been going on since the 29th. It's been every single day. They've been out there clashing. I could show it on this channel because this channel ain't monetized yet. But there was a video of one guy versus probably about 30 as a black guy. They were whooping his ass, but he held his own. The only thing is the police, they arrested him, but they didn't really, they apprehended him to get him out of there, but I don't know why they would do that. Like, hey, just get him out of there. If I can find that video, I'll show you guys. Hold on, let me see. Here we go.
They want to kill us. If they catch us, they're gonna kill us.
Watching on in horror as outside their window, an angry crowd tried to turn over a police van. This is the moment Hamid and Abdullah, not their real names, thought they were going to die when the place they call home was attacked by an angry crowd who tried to set it on fire.
there is no humanity, if you understand what I mean. It's like, you know, zombie. They burn, they want to kill, they make like that.
They make gestures.
Yeah, just like that, always. And we're gonna catch you. They make, we don't catch you. If we don't catch you today, we're gonna catch you tomorrow. If we don't catch you tomorrow, we're gonna catch you after 1 week. They was thinking we gonna die. I swear, I don't lie.
They're both here seeking asylum and showed me footage that they filmed when their hotel in Rotherham was attacked by right-wing rioters who then turned on the police. They've been moved to a new hotel. We won't reveal where it is or their identity for their own safety. Now you've been moved to a different hotel. What are you hoping for now?
We need to, they leave us alone. That's it. We need to live like everybody in this world.
Ladies and gents, if you find anything you don't think you should be picking up, give us a shout.
Today, a community clean-up. Volunteers coming together to say this is the image of the real Rotherham. 240 people seeking asylum had been housed here. They've all been moved on now. How have some of the most vulnerable come to be the target of this violent unrest? And crucially, what can be done to stop it?
Now, if you remember, they were talking about the trash can being set on fire. That's this video here.
Bin's going. She's gone. Bin's up. Bin's up. Come on, bin! That bin's up. That bin's up now. Bin's up. Push him back. That fire's going now, there's no point in that.
After an emergency Cobra meeting, the Prime Minister announced a standing army of specialist officers to tackle the unrest, although he didn't clarify exactly what this means.
Whatever the apparent motivation, this is not protest, it is pure violence, and we will not tolerate attacks on mosques or our Muslim communities. So the full force of the law will be visited on all those who are identified as having taken part in these activities.
In Tamworth, petrol bombs were thrown and the police attacked by people chanting racist slogans. One officer suffered a broken arm. The crowd then set fire to this hotel, as inside asylum seekers and the staff feared for their lives.
They wilding now, but they're starting to get I won't say they're really getting a hold of it, but I think like the Prime Minister, if they catch you on videos, if they see you throwing anything, they're going through all the videos and they're starting to go and arrest people now. I mean, I think they'll talk about it towards the end of it, but if not, I'll show you some stuff. And then you got people like recording the police coming to their house and coming to get them. If you making comments, they coming to get you. They try and clean it up because, you know, they always say go back to your land. But, you know, the Indians, they came over to the UK and they helped out during World War II. So, yeah, the Americans helped England. But since at the time, India was a British territory during World War II, over 1.2 million Indians came up here to help them win the war. Because if you know anything about the UK, London got bombed. There was a London raid. That's where you got London Bridges from, the song London Bridges Falling Down. Because the Germans, they bombed the UK for like a week straight. Boom, 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 boom. So they needed help. I mean, we weren't in the war at that time, but that's when India, they started to come over and help because they were a British territory. But they always telling people to go back to their country when technically they were a British territory. So this was their country when they initially started migrating over here. That's why you see a lot of Caribbean people over here also, because a lot of Caribbean islands, they were British territories. So during the war, they came over there. But after the war, they just stayed. Also, you see it with a lot of African Americans, mainly like in France, over in the UK. They were here during the war. They got in relationships with some of the British, some of the French, But once they got sent back after the war was over, that's why there were so many quote unquote bastard children, because they got left over here because the men, this is 1940, they ain't got money to fly back over here. They didn't know how long they were going to be here. They didn't know how long the war went on. So they started getting in relationships, started having families when they went back. So that's why you have a lot of mixed population over here in Europe, primarily because of World War II. Just a little bit of history.
The hotel had previously been identified by the local MP, who said in a Commons debate, people want their hotel back. Today, Sarah Edwards said in a letter she condemned the violence. They're just fixing up the windows and assessing the damage here. Many have been left wondering not if there will be another attack,
but when.
Where. After a weekend in which violent disorder has swept across the country, there are many wider questions about racism and Islamophobia, about the power of social media, but also the responsibility of politicians, some of whom have been accused of using inflammatory language, which is then co-opted by extremists.
So these cameras provide reassurance for the sort of the congregation, and they're sort of at the front and back end of the entrance.
At her mosque in Birmingham, Hamda Mohammed shows me the security measures they have in place. Rumours have been circulating on social media channels that far-right groups are heading to this city.
It's very much rumours at the moment, but it feels like a very, very real to us as a community here, because we have to sort of really make ourselves less panicked.
Hamda says many Black and Asian communities have been left fearful, but
What's
also
up, Derby?
angry at those who question their right to call themselves British. She feels there needs to be a wider debate about the causes of the violence.
To be sort of told you are not British and you do not belong here is sort of like, then where do I belong? I clearly can't go somewhere else, and I clearly don't belong here.
And that must make you feel horrible when your identity is being questioned as a British person.
I think the wider issue is that scapegoating of Muslims, of migrants, of people of colour that we've seen decades and time again in the news, where migrants are referred to as illegal immigrants, or far-right thugs are sort of classed as just protesters, rather than what they really are, which is racist, Islamophobic riots.
6 days since the unrest began, there have been nearly 400 arrests across England. The suspect...
The motherfucker launched that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I think I'm gonna bring up the footage. What up, Kendall, Torian, Eric, Derry B? How y'all doing? I'm gonna try to bring up the Prime Minister talking about them coming to get anyone they see, and then I'll also show you the footage of the police actually showing up and doing their job.
...have started to appear in court. The Prime Minister insists they will feel the full force of the law for their actions, but addressing the reasons behind their actions and stopping it spreading will be much harder.
Well, right now, Darshna is in Alum Rock in Birmingham, where there have been rumours online since this morning of another far-right gathering. Darshna, what's happening there now?
All day, rumours have been circulating that far-right groups will be coming here next to this community. In the distance, you might be able to hear police cars going by. There are groups of young men. Some say they are on the way to a roundabout nearby, where around 200 or so have gathered. They said to me that they are from this community. Some of them are from the local mosques. They say that they are ready to defend their community. And when I asked them what this would mean, they said they don't want any trouble, but they will meet force with force. Those are the words that some young men use. Tensions are very high here. We've spoken to immigration advice centres, to solicitors' offices, whose addresses have been circulated on some right-wing groups. They are very concerned about what could happen next. And this is why people are fearful. They have heard the Prime Minister's words, but they wonder, is he really going to be able to stop whatever happens next? And today, another reminder of the real-life consequences. The Royal College of GPs have said that some of their members, healthcare workers, have been abused, particularly those from minority ethnic backgrounds. And they say this is the real-life consequences of the disorder and the atmosphere that has been created on our streets.
Now, the mayor of London said, Freddie Gray, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Tori. I remember, because I was over here when that was going on. The mayor of London says, update on the threat of violent disorder. The disorder, racism, and violence that we have seen in the towns and cities across the country in the last week have been truly shocking. I'm aware of reports that far-right groups are now planning to target locations in London, and I want to be very clear to anyone thinking of spreading hatred and fear in our city. If you break the law, action will be taken against you. Acts of violence and disorder on the streets of London will not be tolerated, and if you commit a crime, you will be arrested and face the full force of the law. I am in constant touch with the Met, City Hall, and the police are working closely with community leaders and local organizations to protect. That's funny how they be spelling their stuff. To protect targeted buildings and places of worship, as well as provide reassurance for Londoners. I know the shocking scenes had left many Muslims and minority ethnic communities scared and fearful. So I asked my fellow Londoners to check on their friends and neighbors and show them that care and compassion is what Londoners are all about. Where's it at? So here we go.
The time's 20 to 3, 1440. I'm arresting you on suspicion of improper use of the electronic communications network. Under Section 127 of the Communications Act, okay? So you do not have to say that it may harm your defence if you don't mention one question, something which you later are in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Now, the crazy thing about the UK, the police don't have guns. Only like the special forces and stuff have guns. The regular police officers, they don't walk around with guns. They got a stick and a walkie-talkie and body camera. They don't have guns over there. So, like, she just got her hands in her pocket. It's not like she has a weapon. If you're going to get into it with the police got to fight because they don't have any guns.
Do you understand that?
So I'm actually being
You're
arrested.
going to be arrested, okay?
Right.
So you got to the police station.
Right.
Ask you, okay, this is in relation to some comments that you've made on a Facebook page. Okay?
Oh, really? Oh, it's a Facebook crime, is it?
Okay.
Right.
So we need to ask you some questions about that.
Right.
Have you got anything in your pocket?
I've got my keys. No, that's about it, I think. Keys.
So, anyone who's been arrested, we can search them under Section 32 Basic Criminal Act.
Right.
That's for dangerous items.
I mean, you said I was going to be arrested under some what information? But I'm going to be arrested for posting on Facebook.
Some comments that are offensive, obscene, and people have made a complaint about that, and it's transferred.
Can you tell me what this comment was?
Okay, well, we'll do that when we interview.
All right. And so, what am I going to be locked up for the night, or?
Well, hopefully not. The time's 20 to 3.
They're all calm. Well, the time is 20 to 3. We're going to go ahead and arrest you because you violated the electronic device on Facebook. You made a comment. He's like, well, I got my keys on me. Man, I would have went in there. It wouldn't have been no talking. I would have kicked that door open. Oh, the fucking ground, turn the phone off. Drug him out of there. No, they ain't got no tasers either. Only specialized cops can have weapons over there. Well, guns are illegal in the UK anyway. And knives, if you get caught with a knife in the UK, oh man, it's like having a gun over here in the States. An illegal gun. You can't have a knife over there in the UK. So when we were watching Supercell, they got guns, but you remember when he got stabbed up, they grabbed the knives and got up out of there. Because getting caught with a knife in the UK, shit, you might as well go ahead and lay it down. How much? In the UK, the maximum penalty for an adult carrying a knife illegally is 4 years in prison. First offense, there is no mandatory minimum sentence for a first offense. Mitigation factors such as good character, youth, police cooperation can reduce the severity. Yeah, see? Shit, go over there to UK with a knife if you want to.
Darshna Soni there, thank you. And apologies if you heard any bad language there. As we can see, it is live. And as we've been hearing in South Yorkshire, not far from here, police have condemned what they've called a disgusting display of thuggery following the disorder at that Rotherham hotel housing asylum seekers last night. At least 12 police officers were injured by a group estimated to number more than 700 people. Local MP and Defence Secretary John Healey said there will be a reckoning for those involved. Amelia Jen was there last night in Rotherham.
This quiet suburb 10 miles away from Rotherham last night became the scene of a pitched battle after a crowd who'd surrounded a hotel housing asylum seekers set it alight. The police have managed to move a crowd around 100 to 200 down this end of the road, but they're still throwing glass bottles, they're still
She had a bicycle helmet on for protection.
throwing logs, and actually 2 boys had just started a fire over there. By the time police had dispersed the riot, it was 5 a.m. and 12 South Yorkshire police officers had been injured with rocks, fences and other missiles.
It began yesterday around 11:30 a.m. when a group of 250 arrived in the Manvers area of Wath-upon-Dearne. A further group of around 500 people arrived shortly after, who we believe held far-right and anti-immigration views. It was ultimately a disgusting display of thuggery, continuing well into the evening.
The hotel's windows were smashed and a wheelie bin set alight before being pushed into a doorway, police describing a concerted effort not just to damage the hotel, but to inflict serious harm on those inside.
I've come down from Leeds this morning. This is where I'm from, but I live in Leeds now. But I was just crying my eyes out yesterday watching it. It's awful. Just thinking about the people inside, like, that is not a way to treat a human.
It turned from peaceful into possibly some of the most sickening parts of society that exists now in the UK. Where's the tolerance gone? Where's the understanding? Where's the acceptance that actually where's the acceptance that some of this is a historic failure of government to actually process cases as well, so they're not sitting in hotels for all this time?
I spoke to one man here last year, and he'd already been rehomed in another part of the country. I won't name the place, and he'd been.
This is probably what's going to happen if our election goes the way I think it's going to go. It's going to get ugly in November. Because it's looking like old Donnie ain't going to be in there again. And, you know, they already don't know how to act. We're going to have another January 6th, which is probably going to be to another level. Oh, man. I just hope you guys bunker down. I hope you guys are safe over there. You know, don't go out to none of the protests. It ain't worth your life.
So badly beaten up there, it had left him with a permanent disability. So he'd been moved here, and he was still waiting for his claim to be processed.
Liz's friend works inside the hotel, and she's done voluntary work here too.
They'd had some contact by WhatsApp and told me that they'd been moved into the stairwells, which had been locked for safety. And one of the lads had texted later in the evening and said, "Oh, don't worry, we've got apples and water."
This morning, Defence Secretary and local MP John Healey visited the site, having spent all night with the police. He was stopped this morning by someone who lives nearby, who repeated unsubstantiated claims about inequality in policing that have been circulating online.
I'm also hearing from a good source that the police have been told not to arrest any immigrants or do anything, nothing at all.
His is a government battling not just sticks and stones, but online agitation and misinformation that will have felt all too real for the men evacuated from the hotel at dawn.
All right-minded people have got to condemn what we saw yesterday in Rotherham and what we've seen in other towns and cities, which is thuggery, violence, disorder, vandalism, unleashed under the banner of protest. It's unjustifiable, and there will be arrests, there will be convictions.
Today, South Yorkshire Police said the responsibility lay not just with those bent on destruction, but those spreading misinformation and hate online. Anyone simply standing and watching too, they described as absolutely complicit. This a vicious cycle of online and offline hate that last night landed here.
They said if you just standing around watching, you're complicit with it. That means your ass will go to jail too. So there ain't no standing around just watching saying, "Oh no, I was just there, man. I ain't know what was going on." You know what's going on.
In a quiet village in South Yorkshire.
Well, as you can see, the hotel is now boarded up. There's still a police presence here, and South Yorkshire police say they have arrested 6 men in connection with the violence here, but they expect that number to rise significantly. Detectives are currently sifting through hundreds of hours of footage. And as you heard there, we were here this morning speaking to volunteers. Alongside them was the Metro Mayor of South Yorkshire, Oliver Coppard, and this afternoon he released a statement about what had happened here last night. And he said the far right have always asked those with little to blame those with even less. He said that this had nothing to do with the 3 little girls from Southport, and he said that racism was not patriotism. He said violence is not grief.
Thanks, Amelia. Well, with me here in Birmingham now, Suresh Grover, who is director of the anti-racist charity, the Monitoring Group, which was set up in the wake of deadly racist violence in the 1970s. Paulette Hamilton is the Labour MP for Birmingham Erdington, and Gulwali Pasale came to the UK, having fled Afghanistan and now campaigns for refugees' rights. I mean, Suresh, you're a veteran of all of these race attacks, racist riots in the 1970s and 80s. How does this compare?
This is unprecedented. We seem to have leapfrogged from Europe, France, and globally, a new kind of fascism, a new era of fascism, which is bent on the murderous intent to kill people.
Man, what the hell? Why this thing jump to the end? I know that ain't the end of it. Oh, man, we didn't download all the way. All right, I mean, they basically talking about the same stuff, but we got some footage, though, because, I mean, let me see.
Wow, like everyone is.
Oh, this ain't what we clicked on. Here we go.
Wow, like.
The fuck? All right. Says over 400 people have been arrested during the tumultuous week of rioting and violence. More than 100 of those have been charged, including Stacey Vent, a woman who pushed a burning wheelie bin into officers. A wheelie bin is just a trash can with wheels on it, y'all. Don't be confused. A wheelie bin into police officers. Oh, yeah, she needed to be arrested. Let me see. So this, I guess this is the lady that pushed the damn bin. These criminals could face terrorism charges.
Oh, she's done. Oh, look at him at the front, man.
That right there kind of reminds me of what was the lady's name on January 6th that they shot in the face? The terrorist. You know, what was the terrorist name that stormed the Capitol and they shot her in her face? What was that terrorist name? Yeah, Ashley Babbitt. That reminds me of her ass. You out here wilding out, then you talking about, oh, she didn't do anything. You just pushed a wheelie bin into the police under arrest. You just stormed the Capitol. You were trying to get in there next to the damn Congress. Gotta lay them down. Sometimes you gotta lay them down. You got to lay them down. What are the clears doing here? What you mean? What's the clears doing here? What does clears mean? Let me see. No, it ain't that one.
Days of rioting in England and Belfast. Social media has been used by the far right to spread rumors about immigrants and organize protests that have become violent. Thousands of police officers are on alert. So, what's behind the surge in violence? This is Inside Story.
It's a long intro.
Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Mohammed Jamjoom. Thousands of police officers are on high alert in the UK after rioting in cities and towns in England and in Belfast. The violence has been blamed by Prime Minister Keir Starmer on far-right activists and groups organizing themselves online. Individuals, rather than organizations, seem to have been driving the protests, almost all focused around migrants. Mosques have also been targeted. Migration has been a leading topic in politics and media in the UK for several decades, with some newspapers and politicians carving out a hardline stance. The last Conservative government had planned to deport illegal migrants to Rwanda, a plan dropped by the new Labour one. So, why has there been such a widespread and sudden upsurge in violence? And how have politics and media affected attitudes on migration? We'll be discussing this with our guest shortly, but first, this report from Victoria Gatenby.
They talking about sending them to Rwanda. Come on now.
The last Conservative government had planned to deport illegal migrants to Rwanda, a plan dropped by the new Labour one. So, why has there been such a widespread and sudden upsurge in violence? And how have politics and media affected attitudes on migration? We'll be discussing this with our guest shortly, but first, this report from Victoria Gatenby.
Riots by far-right protesters have spread across the UK, sparked by a series of murders in a seaside town in the northwest of England. 3 girls aged 6, 7 and 9 were stabbed to death in a knife attack at a children's dance class in Southport. Police arrested a 17-year-old boy who was born in Britain. But users on social media falsely claimed he was a Muslim asylum seeker. Newly elected Reform MP Nigel Farage was criticised for speculating whether, in his words, the truth was being withheld by authorities. A mosque in Southport was attacked by a far-right mob.
That's the same thing we're going through right now. The politicians over here talking about, no, it was an immigrant. It was the illegal immigrant that did it, spreading false information. And of course, you know, the right, they gonna run with whatever they hear. And now they're going after all of these migrants who are here legally. They're not illegal, they're migrants. They're not immigrants. They're not illegal immigrants. They're migrants. They're legal. But that false information got spread. It was actually a British kid that did this.
Local communities are being thrown apart, and these people from outside are coming and literally destroying the mosque. We've spoken to the imam from Southport. He said he had to barrage and lock himself inside the office with his other members who were in the mosque at the time. They were afraid the door was going to be broken down.
In the days that followed, the riots spread. In Hartlepool in the northeast of England, a police car was set alight. And in London, crowds pelted the gates of Downing Street and fought with police officers. That prompted the Prime Minister to hold an emergency meeting with police chiefs.
So far as the far right is concerned, this is coordinated. This is deliberate. This is not a protest that has got out of hand. It is a group of individuals who are absolutely bent on violence.
But despite government warnings, disorder has persisted. In Nottingham, officers were confronted by far-right protesters. In Hull, a crowd demonstrated outside a hotel housing migrants, and disorder broke out in Belfast. Campaigners opposing racism were also out on the streets, saying those spreading hate and misinformation must be stopped.
We fought them in the 30s, we fought them in the 50s, we fought them in the 70s in Britain. We will not allow the right wing to dominate our working class communities. And we will come together every week in every town and bring the message of solidarity to all the people that have come to our communities.
Only a month after being elected, the new Labour government is facing a national crisis, and the Prime Minister and Home Secretary are having to focus on stopping violence across the streets of the United Kingdom. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera for Inside Story.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our guests. Joining us from London is Shabana Begum, Chief Executive Officer.
And real quick, what they're trying to do now, anyone that's being racist or does anything towards any healthcare workers, they're trying to deny them health benefits forever. Because there was 2 Filipinos attacked. Let me see what it says. People who are racist to NHS staff, that's basically their health system, can and should be turned away, the health secretary has said. This comes after 2 Filipino nurses were attacked on Friday night as they traveled to work. Rioters violently pelted rocks at their taxi, which led them feeling terrified. Health Secretary Wes Sterling condemned mindless thuggery. Damn, imagine losing health care in general. Like, even after you do your jail time, they talking about, hey, man, you can't get health care in the United Kingdom. Take that shit to Ireland. Take your ass over to the mainland Europe. But over here in England, you ain't about to get no health care. Damn, that's wild. But I think that's right, though, man. You attacking the Filipinos. What they do, man, they work it, man. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. None of these people got anything to do with it. All the information was wrong. It wasn't an immigrant that did this attack.
Of the Runnymede Trust, a British race equality and civil rights think tank. In Oxford, Katie Brown is a postdoctoral fellow at Maynooth University in Ireland. She focuses her research on mainstream far-right discourse. Also in London, Sohan D'Souza is a computational social scientist interested in the links between disinformation and political extremism. A warm welcome to you all, and thanks so much for joining us today on Inside Story. Shabna, let me start with you today. All of these riots, all of this violence, this has all erupted so quickly. Why has there been such a widespread and relatively sudden upsurge in violence?
Well, I think, as you say, it has been an outbreak of violence, but I think it's unsurprising given the long lineage of anti-immigrant, Islamophobic demonization that we've seen in our mainstream politics now for years, but particularly intensifying in the last few weeks and months since October 7th with Gaza and what's been happening there, and then with the general election campaign, both during and afterwards. The kind of narratives that we saw being espoused by our mainstream political parties, the trading in insults around Muslim communities has become quite normalized by our mainstream political parties. And so it's unsurprising when you see such a hostile environment created by our politicians that then erupts.
All right, man, we know about the politician. Let me get to some action. What's he talking about? Compilation, social science, former research assistant, MIT. All right, let me see. We get into some action. We just gonna be doing some talking.
That's where we need to look at political leaders, which doesn't deal.
Man, they just talking about the political side. We want to see some riots. We want to see what's going on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Do I got another download? The riots. Oh, switch accounts. Yeah, it's wild over there. I got a homeboy that just got to London this morning. I was joking around with him, but I was for real. Like, man, don't get your ass whooped over there. He over there. I think he's there for 5 days. I'm trying to see if I can get. Let me see.
It's time to spin and win at Empire City Casino in our 1.5.
Switch. So here we go. We got some live stuff real quick just so we can see what the hell is going on. If it'll load up. Hey, he got a LeBron James jersey on. Come on, man. Police can't even do nothing. All they got is sticks, anarchy on the England flag. So this is from when they caught the damn trash can on fire, but it's switching back and forth between like some live footage. Damn, he about to catch his ass. This dude look like January 6th though. Oh yeah, when you go to UK, stay away from the horse. Horses like dogs, they get off from your ass. Damn. You gotta hit him in the gut. There you go, right there. Knee him in the gut. Yeah, get him down. There you go. Don't let him out of there. Yeah, whoop his ass. Hey, look at this cop right here. Getting them jabs in. Big jabs.
These guys, the police are backing up. The police are backing up. The police, Jesus Christ.
This is some wild shit. I ain't gonna lie though. I like when they this close. I'm dropping my shield and grabbing one of them. We bringing one of them over here. We gonna whoop some ass. This one right here. Oh yeah, he doing all that pointing. You gonna slowly see me put my shield down. I'm gonna grab his arm, throw him behind us. You just gonna see some stomping out back there. Oh yeah, I'm getting in on this. Am I gonna go over there and help him fight? Help who fight? Man, I ain't helping these fools fight nobody. If anything, I'm going against these niggas over here on the left. These extremists, these terrorists, these thuggeries. Yeah, I'm on the police side on this one. I know a lot of. I guess that's in the live stream. Yeah. I just found this channel today too. First post. They do a pretty good job, but that's pretty much what's going on over there. They got a race war, which all started because of a misunderstanding and misinformation. So now it's a race war going on, and they're prepping, they're boarding up buildings, they're doing everything, the proper precautions for excuse me, for any type of like riots that are about to come. So they boarding shit up, kind of like they were doing during the pandemic, man. But no, I mean, if I was over there, I mean, I wouldn't even go over there to look at none of this stuff. Like, if I was in London right now, I mean, I stay away from that. They not letting it get too far in like actual London. They did mention Birmingham and Manchester, the other two large cities in the UK. So you got London, Birmingham, Manchester, Peterborough's smaller, but you got Cambridge. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna let this get to like downtown London. They'll probably bring out the army for that. But yeah, man, it's pretty wild over there. It's been going on since July 29th, man. Hopefully they can have peace soon. Just looks like a bunch of white guys that don't have shit going on in life, and they just want to be outside doing dumb shit. So hopefully saying they can get them off the streets, clean up the city. And if you are over in the UK, man, be safe. It ain't worth going out there and watch it, man. Watch from the safety of your home. Watch from the safety of your home. Oh, see, they got the locals out there now. Uh-huh. Oh, so they're out there chanting. They're chanting off our streets, Nazi scum. So they're outnumbering them. All right, the police need to just get out the way. Let them get one or two of them. Give them a nice little ass whooping. Let them know, hey, get off the street, you see scum. Get them up out of here. That's all. Just a little roughhousing. But yeah, there we go. That's what's going on in the UK, man. The little race war. Hopefully it doesn't spread to get any bigger than that. You know what I mean? Next up, we do have the Ohio father, though. Let me see. Now, this story is wild because I didn't just hear about it. I heard about it when it was going on, but I never followed up on it. So we're just gonna go through the whole rundown of what this is. Let me see. So this is about a guy named Chad Doerman. Give you guys a little overview of who Chad Doerman is. Oh man, let me see. Where's it at? All right. Miss Freckle said the Chad. Yeah, this is the Chad Doerman story. This is messed up what he did, man. This was messed up what he did. Get this to where we can read it so we sound a little bit, like we have a little bit of competency. Because I'll be on here reading, can't understand what the hell going on. All right, Chad Doerman. This will be my last good meal. Prosecutors detail Chad Doerman's behavior leading up to the murdering of his sons.
After a judge sentenced a man to life in prison for killing his 3 sons in New Richmond, prosecutors are now revealing new details about the case that was against Chad Doerman. WCPO 9 News anchor Brett Pagansky shows you why there are still questions about Doerman's motivation.
Walking around the house with the Bible mumbling, Chad knows what's right. Chad knows what's right.
It's just some of the unusual things Chad Doerman said to family members.
It makes the statement that Clayton is going to be the hardest one.
Minutes before he killed 7-year-old Clayton, 4-year-old Hunter, and 3-year-old Chase. The day before, prosecutors describe an interaction between Doerman and his stepdaughter.
He wakes her up and tells her and apologizes for whatever I have done to you and for anything I've ever done to hurt you.
On Monday, prosecutors outlined how they would have tried Doerman for the murders of his sons, showing surveillance video of him at Kroger's Little Clinic on the morning of the murders.
His mother suggested he go there. He expressed to her, not to Laura, that he was having some confusing feelings.
But prosecutors pointed out he never got treatment for mental illness. When Doerman got home for lunch, more unusual behavior.
The defendant says to Laura that this will be my last good meal. Laura begins to worry that this is a statement that he may be contemplating suicide.
Just before they all took a nap, Doerman told his sons he loved them and they did nothing wrong. Prosecutors say Doerman grabbed a rifle from the safe and the terror that followed.
They're all trying to encourage him, telling him that they love him and beg him not to kill himself. Laura takes the phone out to call 911 to get some help there for Chad, who she believes is about to kill himself. He grabs her phone, throws it across the room, and tells her it's too late.
On Friday, Doerman pleaded guilty to murdering his 3 sons. He'll spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Do we still know why Chad did this?
No idea. Don't know why. That will probably never be answered.
In Batavia, Brett Bagansky, WCPO 9 News.
Well, that's a little backstory on him, man. They said he had a mental illness, but he never sought any kind of help for it. He went up to the store, came back. He was walking around with a Bible, telling himself, Chad, you know better, you know better. Told his wife, this is going to be my last good meal. She thought he was going to potentially unalive himself, but instead he got the rifle and got his 3 sons. Now, when I heard this last year, I just heard about it. I randomly just read different articles and stuff where something, cross my path, I'll look at it. But I never read into it. And then I just seen it pop up and I was like, oh, I forgot all about that. So I decided we're going to talk about this tonight. Law and Order has a thing called, I think, what's it called? We'll play the video. Let me see.
Mr. Doerman's careful execution of the murders, coupled with statements he made to law enforcement after they arrived on scene, indicated that he appreciated the nature of what he did, as well as the wrongfulness and consequences of such. You have all now heard the 911 calls, and you have seen the body-worn camera, and you have seen at least portions, if not all, of the defendant's interview. During the 911 calls, during the body-worn cameras, he is not making the same claims that he only begins to make during his interview when questioned by detectives. You never hear him say, we're in hell. I have to get to heaven. I have to get you to heaven. I see flames, the devil made me do it. He made no statements that would indicate in any way, shape, or form during his slaughter of his children that would show or indicate that he truly was in the throes of a delusion. This was something that we believe he concocted during the course of his interview.
So they're saying that he knew exactly what he was doing. There was nothing wrong with him. All right, so we'll go into the footage of it because it's about 20 minutes, I think, 20, 30 minutes.
My children are...
And this is the 7 shocking details of Ohio dad's execution of his 3 kids revealed by prosecutor. And it's called Crime Fix on Law and Crime Network. So I think I'm gonna start doing these also. We got the body cam footage, and then Crime and Fix is where they gather all the information for us, and we can just go through all of the cases at one time. Now, I know people want me to start doing some Young Thug stuff. I will. They do have a new judge, and I watch it. I pay attention to it, but ain't nothing interesting really happening over there. I mean, we got Woody back on the stand, but I'll start doing that because that is big in the algorithm. It might do something for the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that like button. But let's go ahead and jump into this Crime Fix. What up, Tamika?
Children are shot. My children are not breathing.
A chilling 911 call from Laura Doerman, the mother of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase Doerman, who desperately tried to save her little boys from their father in June of 2023.
And to emphasize the great sorrow we have for this family and how this was something out of the blue. This was lightning from a blue sky.
The prosecutor laying out the investigation and trying to answer the question, was Chad Doerman actually suffering from mental illness when he murdered his little boys? I'm Angenette Levy. Welcome to Crime Fix. The prosecution team in Chad Doerman's case is revealing new information about the investigation into the murders of those precious little boys, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase Doerman. I'll outline that new information from the prosecutor shortly. But first, Doerman's guilty plea to the premeditated murders of his 3 young sons, 7-year-old Clayton, 4-year-old Hunter, and 3-year-old Chase, on June 15th, 2023, came just last week. That guilty plea coming just days before a hearing was scheduled to take place that would determine whether or not Chad Doerman was actually suffering from a serious mental illness that would have barred prosecutors from pursuing the death penalty at trial. That hearing on whether Doerman was suffering from a serious mental illness was canceled after a plea agreement was reached behind the scenes.
As to count 1, aggravated murder in violation of 290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead? Guilty. Count 2, aggravated murder in violation of 290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead? Guilty. Count 3, aggravated murder in violation of 290301A, an unclassified felony. How do you plead? Guilty.
This case, of course, all started on that beautiful summer day in 2023. It was June 15th when Chad Doerman returned home early from work and was acting oddly. Court documents claim that Doerman grabbed a Bible and walked around his house mumbling, "Chad knows what's right." His wife Laura told detectives that Doerman tried to get into the gun safe in their master bedroom, and she told him that he was scaring her and that she didn't like what he was doing and she was going to call his parents, to which he responded that he was just kidding and playing around. Laura didn't want Chad to be alone, so the prosecutor said she and the 3 boys laid down with Chad for a nap.
All 3 of the boys.
Yeah, you don't play. I use guns, but I don't play around about going and getting no gun or nothing. You got to assume if anybody's talking about going and get a gun, they're going to use it. Man. I know she thought she was doing right. That's fucked up. That's messed up for real. And they went in there and took a nap. She like, all right, let's try to keep this dude cool. Damn. Yeah, but I'm just playing. You just playing, trying to get in the gun. Like, she should have just left. Forget calling the parents. You got to call the police at that point. And I'm not an advocate of calling the police.
Joined him in the master bedroom for a nap. At some point after lying down with the 4 of them, the defendant got out of bed, opened a gun safe that was next to the bed, removed a Marlin model HC-22 rifle from the gun safe and loaded the magazine. The defendant shot his son, Hunter Doerman, twice. While in the bedroom, his wife Laura began to render aid to Hunter and yelled for the other children to run. Laura's 14-year-old daughter, Alexis, who had been watching television in the family room, made her way to the master bedroom and witnessed the killing of Hunter. Alexis immediately began to run and indicated that Chasen had fled out the back door.
Chad Doerman hunted down Clayton and shot him, and then chased after Alexis, who was holding little Chase in an effort to protect him. Laura Doerman tried to protect Chase too, even suffering a gunshot wound to her own hand as she put her thumb over the barrel of the gun. But Doerman shot his youngest son anyway.
Stand the fuck up!
Damn. The sister tried to save the youngest one, put her hand over the barrel, got her thumb shot off. See, it's just a little, it was a little 22, so her body could take a 22, but the kids couldn't take no 22. He shot the first one 2 times, chased the other one and shot him, and she grabbed the little one and tried to get out of there. See, I didn't know all the details. I just thought he was in the house and he unalived his children. Now, I guess when he shot the first child, she told the other ones to run. So he just chased after because he didn't unalive the daughter either. He was just trying to get rid of the sons, it seems like. Because the sister survived. All she did was get a shot to the thumb. So I don't know what this dude was on, why he wanted to get rid of the boys. because he didn't finish the sister. Damn, we'll never know why he did this either.
Deputies arrived and took Doerman into custody. He didn't resist.
Oh, so this is one of the children over here. Because there was one in the bedroom, he chased one, and then the sister had another. I know back here further in the driveway, there was it was a blurred out mark. So maybe the sister made it that far. The first kid made it here.
What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this? Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. All right. He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't
second.
running away. You can do whatever you want.
Now the prosecution team is revealing more information about what was going on in the lead up to the unthinkable murders of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase, 3 innocent little boys who should still be here. The murders of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase Doerman, it's one of the saddest cases that I've ever covered, but it's an important case for many reasons, and we want to tell this story in a way that honors their memories. We're able to do that because of sponsors of Crime Fix like Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is a law...
All right, that was a good transition right there, but we don't need no advertising right now. We need to get straight to it.
Crime Fix. Clermont County Prosecutor Mark Chicalvi outlined what happened in the days leading up to June 15th. He said the Saturday before, on June 10th, Chad Doerman told his wife Laura to take her 14-year-old daughter out shopping so they could spend some time together. Chad Doerman took Clayton, Hunter, and Chase to a dirt track. Photos from that day remain posted on his Facebook page. The next day, that Sunday, he took the boys fishing. There had not been any reports of domestic violence between the couple, and for all intents and purposes, prosecutors say they were happy. Chad worked for the Insulators Union, and Laura was a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling Clayton and taking care of Hunter and Chase. That week, on Monday and Tuesday, Chad Doerman went to work, and his coworkers didn't note any odd behavior from him. Chicalvi said there were conflicting statements by Doerman about whether he was having trouble sleeping or not in those days.
Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. The defendant wakes his stepdaughter up before he leaves for work, which is a highly unusual thing to do. He typically left for work at 4 or 5 in the morning. He wakes her up and tells her and apologizes for whatever I have done to you and for anything I've ever done to hurt you. Again, unusual, but will become meaningful in context as we know how the events unfolded later. Go ahead, please.
It sounded like you may have been messing with the daughter.
Again, he's at work, and these co-workers, bosses, were all interviewed extensively by law enforcement, by the members of the Clermont County Sheriff's Office, and they report nothing was observed unusual about Doerman on that day. Just normal work day, normal behavior. The night before, Chad Doerman murdered his children, June 14th, 2023. It was normal. He went as he did and coached his boys, or actually Coach Clayton. He coached third base that day. The entire family went to the ball game. There were no indicators that anything this horrible was about to occur. Later, some folks did notice that perhaps while coaching third base, he seemed a little distracted, but nothing concrete, nothing you could latch onto to gauge in any fashion what was about to occur.
Then came the morning of the murders, June 15th. Chicalvi said Chad Doerman got up to go to work and searched for the song Happy in Hell by Colt Ford on YouTube. Some of the lyrics of those songs say, "Between happy and hell, that's where I'm living now. I really want to love her, but I just don't think that I know how. Can't give her everything she needs. Can I give her everything I want? Will it be about what I do? Will it be about what I don't? Will it be about what is right? Forget about what is wrong. Will she love the man I am or the man that sings this damn song? Don't know if I'll ever know the truth. It might not ever show. But if I never tell the truth, then she will never know. Am I her shining light or just her darkest day? I wonder if she'll leave. Hell, I wonder if she'll stay. Oh God, I'm so confused. Is it a lie or truth? Chad Doerman left work at 9:30 a.m. Tukalvi says he told his mom he was having some confusing thoughts. She told him to go to the little clinic. Surveillance video shows Doerman walking into Kroger and going to the supplement aisle and looking at the shelves. He then goes to the little clinic counter. He's there for 90 seconds, and then he leaves before anyone ever helps him.
On the way home, he stops.
The little clinic. So he went to work. Normally he left at 4:45. He ended up waking up the daughter on this day. He leaves work at 9:30. So it's roughly what, 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. He goes to the Kroger, to the little clinic. He called his mom. She said, go to the little clinic. I wonder if the little clinic actually sees people or they may have prescribed him something. But him not being at work at 4:45 or 5 o'clock, whenever he usually goes, that should have been a red flag right there. Like if I show up to work at 10 o'clock and not 7 o'clock like I'm supposed to, like, hey, Mo, what you doing, bro? Why you late? That ain't like you unless you call.
Buys a 16-ounce Bud Light. Goes out to the shed behind it.
On the way home, the defendant stops and buys a 16-ounce Bud. Oh, man, so he was drinking.
The house. The family then arrives from running some errands, and the boys, happy to see their father, run to say hello to him. Just a normal afternoon or a normal morning, other than he came home a little bit early that day. Plays with the boys while Laura makes lunch. While eating lunch, oddly, the defendant says to Laura that this will be my last good meal.
Also, he says this during lunch. So while he's home, so he's already been planning this out because he's telling her at lunch, this will be my last good meal. He already had a Bud Light. He didn't go to the clinic. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He woke her up that morning. So the prosecutors are right. Once they lay down everything, I'll be right back. I'll let this play.
Having no information, no idea what Chad was contemplating, Laura begins to worry that this is a statement that he may be contemplating suicide. Shortly before he kills his kids, Doerman calls his father and makes a statement that Clayton is going to be the hardest one.
Tukalvi said that Doerman did some yard work and then played with his sons throughout the afternoon.
3:30 to 3:45, he begins to read the Bible to Hunter. He's walking around the house with the Bible, mumbling, Chad knows what's right. Chad knows what's right. Shortly before 4 p.m., he gets into the gun safe, leaving it unlocked. Laura says, you are scaring me. Again, highly unusual behavior. And Chad says, I'm just playing around. Our position is he did this to, again, allay any fears or concerns that may build up in her about her safety, his safety, or the safety of the boys or Alexis. So he actively deceived her. 4 p.m. He's telling Clayton, Hunter, and Chase that he loves them and they did nothing wrong, and that they are the best boys ever, knowing he's about to kill them.
After this, Chad Doerman and his wife and the 3 boys go into the bedroom with him because Laura is concerned. That is when Chad Doerman jumped up and grabbed the rifle from the gun safe.
And suddenly, after lying down, the defendant jumps up, grabs the 22 rifle from the safe, and terror fills the room. As Laura is screaming, the boys are screaming, Laura is frightened that he's about to kill himself.
He should have.
Trying to encourage him, telling him that they love him and beg him not to kill himself. Laura takes the phone out to call 911 to get some help there for Chad, who she believes is about to kill himself.
Oh, so she did call 911. See, he must have been doing some weird shit like this before. And it was just like, hey, I'm going to call 911, and he calmed down. So she did try to call 911 when he grabbed the gun.
He grabs her phone, throws it across the room, and tells her it's too late. He's not going to kill himself. It is too late to save those boys. And then what I can only imagine, well, I can't imagine, takes the rifle, points it at Hunter, and shoots him multiple times. Laura sees this, Alexis sees this, Clayton sees this, Chase sees this. Laura screams to the other children to run, while she tries to render aid, and eventually does call 911 after Hunter has been shot. Hunter was shot in the right arm, right torso, stomach area, and twice in the right side of his head.
Laura Doerman calls 911. There are actually two separate calls, but I'm only going to play a brief moment from one of them because it's absolutely awful. She's desperately trying to save her boys as Chad yells, "Move" in the background.
He's hurt! He's hurt, Dad! He's hurt! My baby! What is happening? Chase, come on, run! Run!
Hunter was removed from the house by Laura. She tried to save his life. When you hear Laura tell him to run, Clayton runs out the back door. The defendant gives chase to Clayton. Alexis runs after the defendant in an effort to save Clayton. The unspeakable bravery of that, I cannot comprehend. But that's what this little girl did. While she's running to try to save Clayton, she observes the defendant raise his rifle, fire several shots, striking Clayton from some 50 or 70 yards distance. Clayton's down, and the defendant walks up to him calmly and executes him with 2 bullets to the head. Damn. So after Alexis sees this, she knows that Chase is still running around crying. She hears him. She runs back into the house to grab Chase. She grabs him, flees the residence, and begins to run across the yard out towards the street with the intent to go to the firehouse, which is, in close proximity to protect him.
That was Chase's older sister, Alexis, saying, "Please don't shoot me," on a neighbor's security system. 3-year-old Chase tried to hide from his father.
He runs to the trash cans in the driveway and attempts to hide from the defendant, 3-year-old boy hiding from his father. Alexis runs to get help. At some point, the defendant points the gun at Chase's head and fires it, but the magazine is empty, so it's just a click, as I said the other day in court. At some point, he reloads. Laura, protecting Chase, is physically fighting with the defendant. As I said, and as you're aware, the defendant bit Laura. In a desperate attempt to save Chase, she places her thumb over the barrel of the rifle and took that projectile in an effort to save Chase. But unfortunately, the defendant was not to be deterred. He prevailed in the struggle, had control of the weapon, and executed Chase in front of Laura.
Damn. So Hunter was unalived in the house. Clayton got chased down. And then Chase, he was trying to hide The sister was going to go to the fire station to get help, but he was looking for Chase, so she came back. She tried to stop him from shooting Clayton. Man, the sister was doing all she could to try to save these boys. Damn, I did not know all of this happened. So the little boy is 3 years old, like hiding by, he don't know no better. Hiding behind the trash cans is like, damn. I commend the sister though. She was doing all she could. Lost her thumb. Damn, this is.
Chicalvi described how Doerman laid Clayton and Chase's bodies next to Hunter's in the yard as their mother tried desperately to save Hunter. Doerman is then taken into custody, and he acts as if nothing has happened.
What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this? Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. All right. He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want.
Chicalvi then said that Doerman made statements while in cuffs admitting to the shooting.
Tell them I did it, take me to jail.
And there were other things that Doerman also said that made prosecutors believe that Doerman was fully aware of what he had done and that it was wrong.
Among these statements the defendant made to the detectives, Detective Mike Ross and Mike Green, that because Laura tried to stop him from murdering these boys, that he should have killed her first.
Do you remember your wife trying to stop you from shooting him?
Prosecutors say this is important because Doerman would later claim he was not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. But prosecutors say Doerman has never been diagnosed with mental health problems in the past.
One of the things that all of the experts considered here is that prior to June 15th of 2023, the defendant was never diagnosed, treated, or prescribed any medication for any mental health condition. The expert hired by defense counsel in this case was Dr. Robert Stenson. The court's expert as to the question of not guilty by reason of insanity, again commonly referred to as NGRI, was Dr. Emily Davis. Despite the defense's contention, the experts did not agree on whether or not the criteria of NGRI, that the defendant met the criteria for NGRI. Both doctors, both Dr. Davis and Dr. Stenson, indicated that it was likely at the time of the offenses, the defendant did suffer from a mood disorder. Could have been depression, could have been anxiety, could have been anything or nothing. They really weren't sure. But where the two experts differed was that Dr. Davis opined that the defendant did not meet the criteria for NGRI because he did know the wrongfulness of his actions. Dr. Davis specifically opined that with all of the information considered and reviewed, it was her opinion that despite the defendant experienced some symptoms of severe mental disease, that it was her opinion that he continued to know the wrongfulness of his behaviors in the offenses charged. Although some collateral records suggest a delusional thought process that served as motivation, such as when the defendant claimed he believed he was in hell at the time, there are also behaviors demonstrated by the defendant and commentary that he makes around the time of the offenses, which indicated he continued to know the wrongfulness of his actions.
In fact, prosecutors believe that Doerman concocted that he was suffering from delusions during his interview with detectives.
But if it's big and fresh, then, you know what I mean? He said, man, you...
Right here, I know y'all don't want to hear it, but this would have been one of those times We're firing off a couple of shots. Would have been okay. Just come around the corner and pop, pop, pop. He had a weapon next to him. I feared for my life. This is one of those moments where that statement is acceptable.
Zealand. That's fucking awful. Hey, they thought Hitler was a big dude. Yeah, I'm matching him.
And prosecutors say they still don't know and may never.
And you see him talking about comparing himself to Hitler.
But if it's a big infraction, you know what I mean? He said I'm in New Zealand. That's fucking awful. Hey, they thought Hitler was a big dude. Yeah, I'm matching him.
And prosecutors say they still don't know and may never know why Chad Doerman did this. Doerman's lawyers had said that he was delusional and in psychosis when he killed the boys.
With acknowledgement of the pain and the suffering and the fact that these 3 beautiful boys are gone. Chad would never have done that, except that he was delusional. He was in psychosis when this happened. All 3 psychologists basically acknowledged that. Dr. Dreyer acknowledged it. They don't agree on whether it qualifies as long enough for serious mental illness or whether he had some appreciation of the legal wrongfulness of what he did. But the fact is, he loved those boys more than anything. And he was ill. He was sick, profoundly sick at the time. There's nothing more he can say at this point except that he's sorry about that. He did it. He acknowledges that. He's taking responsibility for it. He can't bring those boys back and do anything to do it. I think he would wish that he stayed at the little clinic for a little longer than he did. I think he wished that
He stayed at the little clinic for 90 seconds. He didn't even talk to anybody. I mean, we know he got life sentences, but still, man, like, if you're in the jury and you're hearing this, it's like, man, no, dog, nah, guilty. That nigga guilty.
in hindsight, he signs there before this happened. Tried to power through it. He wouldn't do that again. And until it was too late, he couldn't. It was out of control.
Anything further on that?
The judge cut him
Mr.
off.
Doerman, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I impose sentence? No?
The loss of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase is a tragedy that is so horrific, it's hard to find the words to describe it. Losing the boys has shattered the lives of their family members who love them so dearly, including their older half-sister, Alexis Skeen, who tried so valiantly and heroically at age 14 to save her brothers. She stared at Chad Doerman as prosecutor Laura Barron-Allen read her victim impact statement.
I am the person who I am today because of you. And no matter what anyone says, you raised me well, and you gave me an amazing life, and I will forever be grateful for the memories and time you spent with me. Ever since what you've done, my life has been something I would never wish upon any family. It is the most heartbreaking and emotional thing anyone could go through. Chad, I miss you and I miss the boys dearly, and nothing will ever be the same again because of you. Whenever something exciting happens, I always just want to tell you because I know you would be so proud of me. Softball to me isn't the same anymore because that was our sport and that was the boys' sport. You made me an amazing ball player, and whenever I play softball, there isn't one game where I don't think about you. And whenever I get a good hit or I learn a new pitch, I always wish I could tell you because I know you would be so proud of me. And when good things like that happen, it sucks to look on the sideline and not see you be there, and for the boys not to be cheering me on like they always did. And Chad, I still work very hard on my grades, and I was on the honor roll this past year. And I know for a fact, if you were there to see it, you would be so happy for me because my grades have always been so important to me. Another thing that has impacted me was every single holiday. Waking up on Christmas isn't the same anymore. I don't get excited. I don't even look forward to having presents because it's not the same. I don't get to wake up early and wake the boys up. I don't get to hide the elf. I don't get to do any of the fun stuff anymore because they're gone and you took their lives. And Chad, when you go to bed every single night, I want you to know that when you took those 3 boys' lives away, you took mine and you took my mom's. Chad, I don't think you understand how hard it is to wake up every day and to see my friends and people around me have siblings and to hear them talk about what they did with their siblings that day or how much they enjoy having a brother. Because deep down, that hurts me so badly and so emotionally because it hurts to know I will never get to experience another day with my 3 brothers or to make any memories anymore because their innocent lives were taken away so quickly and horribly by their own father. Their father who they loved unconditionally and who they trusted more than anything.
You probably noticed that Alexis said that Chad.
Oh man, well, I mean that's pretty good stopping point anyway. But I was gonna say, man, you looking at the lawyers, they sitting there like, damn. I mean, the lawyers got to do their job. You know, you're gonna defend people that are guilty, but your job is to get that check and to defend them. So I would have been all right with being a lawyer because I'm taking almost any case, but like to sit there and hear this and know what he did. Like this lawyer over there got to kind of cover his mouth. He's like, damn, it is fucked up. And then this lawyer, he looking around and he's like, man. But he pled guilty to all of it. So it wasn't like we had to really do too much of a defense. It was like, hey, I'm guilty. But yeah, that's messed up, man. She got to live with that. And the reminder is she ain't got no thumb for the rest of her life. Knowing that her brothers are gone. A reminder that she got shot during this. Damn. Well, that's Chad Doerman's story right there. Y'all want to do more of these crime fix here? I didn't know that this story was like this though. I don't know if we're gonna do another one like this, but we'll do some more crime fix. And I'm gonna start doing just like little articles that I see, give my commentary on it, play the news articles, and then would I defend someone like this? Yeah, if the money is right. Yeah, if the money is right, I'll defend someone like this. I mean, I know he's going to lose. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a job. You know what I mean? I was in the military, so I signed up for people to be unalive. I was on call when they were dropping bombs in Syria. So I signed up for that. It's no different than a lawyer defending somebody that's guilty. I mean, we did shit, innocents or unalive. So, yeah, I definitely would take a case like this if the money is right. Because we go to court maybe 2 weeks, make me, let's just say $30,000. Yeah, I'll do this case. But I mean, it's terrible though. Like after the case is over with, it's like, damn. All right. And the last thing we have for this evening is some body cam footage. Then this is messed up. Hopefully this one plays all the way through. I don't know what's been wrong with them since I downloaded them, but so that's crime fix. And then we got body cam footage. This one, of course, I haven't watched any of it, but let me see. I think in this one, it's another incident at Walmart, but I think this one, what did it say? I think he may have, he had got shot. I don't know if they said he shot himself or someone shot him at Walmart, but he ran. All right, so we'll do more of these. And then the shorter ones, I'll start having more videos on this. Like I said, we got next week we got Bel Air, so we'll have Bel Air breakdowns. Then we got Power, so I'll be back on my main channel more. But I want to put videos on here. You'll see. I'll probably start doing some political stuff also because Trump wilding out, and I find that funny. So I'll probably do like some videos on that also. Plus, we're trying to get this channel on the algorithm anyway. So the Young Thug, Donald Trump stuff, we'll get that shit out there because he acting a fool because Kamala's on his ass, man. He talking about what if Sleepy Joe comes over there and takes over the Democratic convention so I could debate him, man. Nah, you got to debate Kamala. You got to debate somebody that can finish the sentence. Oh, Donnie don't want them problems. She up in the polls too. She up in the polls on his ass. Yeah, but what about our policies? Shit. What about our policies, man? Unemployment is the lowest. Shit. Infrastructure is up. We doing our thing. We making our way downtown. Yeah, I mean, as a lawyer, you got to be prepared to take any case. Any case. Guilty, innocent. My job is to prove that they are innocent. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this body cam real quick. Like I said, I think it's at Walmart. I think they got the footage of it. But he either got shot or somebody either shot him or I think he shot himself. But let's see. Let's see where this is at. Body cam. Open with. Let me open it with the other one. See if that makes a difference. Media player.
Zach, put your hands up. Where's the gun at? Zach, put your hands up. Where's the gun at? I don't have a gun. You're lying to me, and I know you're lying to me, and you keep lying to me. I'm going to get even.
What crime have I committed?
Well, we usually don't have people walk in Walmart shooting themselves in the leg.
I'm sorry, you're about to have to take a picture of my...
It's a Monday afternoon in Richfield, Utah, where police are looking for a man who, get this, allegedly shot himself by mistake in a Walmart.
Hi. Is Zach here?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't pay attention to him much. I don't
Okay.
care for him much.
We're just trying to talk to him.
Okay.
You sure he's not inside?
Oh, he's definitely not inside. Like I said, I don't care for him much, so I don't pay attention to him much.
Okay.
So
we've been told that he's been seeing here though, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
I know my dad knows him. So he's been over here with my dad a couple times.
Okay. We're just, like I said, if you see him, if you'll just. Okay.
I don't know though. I haven't seen him.
All right. I'm okay to go back there?
Did you catch that? The woman gestured to police, showing the officer where the suspect supposedly is.
Oh, we got a hater. We got a hater early in the story. She must be wanting this guy to get the hell up out of here. She talking about over there.
The officer then heads to the area to look for the alleged gunman.
So the police are showing up because this guy, they said he shot himself at Walmart. And I guess he left the store, so they're trying to find him. And when they got to the door, the lady said he's in the garage, but she didn't know where he was. Man, shut them damn dogs up. Why these damn dogs are barking? Let me see. Have I seen the case where the two actors from the show Billion? So I seen it was a black guy. I seen, you know how it is on Instagram. I just seen like the guy's head talking about like he committed like the N word. But But I didn't read into it because I never watched that show. So I'm gonna do that, but I'll probably do that on both channels. But I'll probably just read like the articles on my main channel because it deals with movies and TV shows. So
hold on. Hold on. You're okay. Oh, sir. Doing all right. I was wondering if Zach is here.
I don't think so. I'm just going for lunch, but
okay.
I don't think he is.
All right.
Stop.
He was just at Walmart and there was a situation that happened. We're just trying to find him and talk to him. Okay.
If I see him, I'll tell him to drive over here.
All right. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Or just any officer.
Okay.
Just call into dispatch.
Ruby, that's enough. Stop.
it's always the little dog making the most noise, man.
He's here somewhere. Drop it off here. Oh, okay. Don't worry.
Do you mind if we go in the shop?
Is this where he's staying back here?
Yeah. He's supposed to be renting the basement for me, but he hasn't.
He's in back there.
I don't know what he's doing for sure.
Well, he shot himself, so probably ought to find him before he bleeds out. Okay.
They're all friendly.
Okay.
The man leads officers to a garage area where this game of hide and seek is about to come to an end.
Open up.
Yeah, you want just need to talk to him. I'm sure he's okay.
Hey, man, someone take that little dog in the house, man.
Make me go get the key and open the door. I'm going to be open.
Zach,
put your hands up.
Police identify the man seen here as 26-year-old Zachary Hampton, who allegedly shot himself in the leg at a self-checkout while adjusting the gun in his pants. Then he dropped his items and ran out of the store. Let's continue.
Put your hands up. Where's the gun at? I don't have a gun.
Where's the gun
You
at?
had a gun.
I don't have a
Where's
gun.
the gun? Okay, we can play that game.
Guys, I don't have a gun.
Put your hands behind your back.
Where's the gun?
Man, what they arrested Zach for? He ain't did nothing.
Do I look like I'm stupid? Okay. It's going to get real ugly real fast if you don't tell me where the damn gun is so I can make sure we're okay. I know you've been shot. I know you fired me. Where's the gun?
Fire. When did I fire the gun?
This is your last chance.
Hey, everybody, we're going to get you right back to that body cam in just...
I don't think Zach shot nobody. Hey, do y'all think Zach really shot a gun or somebody shot at him, man? Zach don't seem like he would shoot himself in the leg. Come on, Cheddar Bob. Zach ain't shooting. Why would he shoot himself in the leg? You know what I mean? Who shoots himself? Well, Plaxico Burrows did, but he was in the club, man. He was at the Walmart line. He ain't do this.
You only pay them if you win. So if you're injured, you can easily start a claim at forthepeople.com/LC bodycam channel.
From now on, I f you over, okay?
Why?
Because you're lying to me, and I know you're lying to me, and you keep lying to me. I'm going to get even. Okay? Last chance. Tell me where the gun is.
Why am I being put in handcuffs?
Okay.
So that's
it. You're going down. You're going to jail, buddy.
Camera, like, doing this. What are you doing right now?
Yeah. Don't talk. You have the right to remain silent. I want you to use it. Okay? You're going to jail for a long time.
I didn't do anything, sir.
How bad are you?
Where you hit?
How bad are you hurt?
You told me to be quiet.
Okay, cool.
Rachel T12, we're 1082 1 male.
like you guys don't have any reason to be arresting me.
Okay. Shut up.
You came in,
shut up.
you showed up and you're talking about a gun and this and that. You just put me in handcuffs and you're detaining me and you're not
Get a
telling me
lawyer.
why.
Hop in.
You're not telling me why. Like, what's going on?
Did you shot a gun and you know you did?
I didn't shoot a gun.
Okay.
I didn't shoot a gun.
Why do I got a picture of you?
Look that way.
I didn't shoot a gun.
We're the GSR.
You're arresting me without any act. I didn't shoot a gun. What? No, this is against my rights.
Okay, I'm done talking to you.
This is against my rights.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You're like kidnapping me.
Yep. Take you
Kidnapping.
to jail.
Yes, sir.
The officer agrees to take Zach to jail, but once en route, it isn't long until
Get
plans
Zach out of here.
Yes, can you please take me to the hospital? Please take me to the hospital.
Where are you hurt?
My leg.
Is that where it went through?
Yeah.
Richfield 1081, can I get a 102729 out of California by number? 102731.
They trying to pin this on Zach like he shot something,
So
man.
here's the question. Do you want me to go to the hospital or do you want to wait until we're at the jail and have the nail juice?
Hospital.
Okay. Where are you bleeding at? What part of your leg? Where are you hit at? Like what side, right or left?
Right.
About to hit that damn main artery. Zach trying to get to that
Down your
hospital.
ankle, like
Above my knee.
above your knee. Okay.
I did not shoot a gun. I did not fire a firearm.
Then what happened?
Like, you can test me. You can test my hands for gunpowder. Like, I did not fire a weapon. I don't know what happened. I explained to you, like, I heard a loud explosion type thing. And I froze, I panicked, and I ran.
Moments later, the officer and suspect arrive at the hospital.
Are you gonna be cool with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Reach up to you 12 and 1023. You're cool with me, I'll be cool with you, okay? So you go sit down and we'll get you checked in, okay? Don't try anything stupid. Don't try and fight me.
Dude, I gotta. Oh, man.
I'm just letting you know, okay? Hi there. Here, come sit right here and talk to this lady, okay?
Okay.
This is Zach.
All right.
We were.
Do you have a good phone number for you?
No. Probably not.
The hospital employee continues getting Zach's personal information when eventually she asks the question on everyone's mind.
What's going on?
I have a hole in my leg.
Is this the GSW?
No, this is what happened at Walmart today.
Yeah, everybody in the city know what happened at Walmart today. She laughing at my man Zach. Zach ain't did nothing to nobody.
Do you need more information than that?
I heard a loud, like, really loud noise, and I froze. I dropped everything I was going to buy my daughter, and I took off running.
And
when I got back, I realized I'm bleeding. There's a hole in my leg.
There was a gunshot that went off at Walmart.
I was like, because one of the other officers came in and asked us if
Mm-hmm.
he came in.
Yeah.
Okay. If he's just the victim, he wasn't like.
We don't know. Have you taken anything today, Zach?
I'm in shock right now.
You're in shock?
Yeah.
But is there anything you've taken today just so that they know?
Zach losing a lot of blood. He could barely talk.
We'll sign it.
Come on,
we'll
Zach.
sign
Fight
it.
through it. Come on, Zach. Don't give up, Zach. Fight through it.
Just a second. We'll go
Thank you.
Well, it takes something like this to have you finally meet with me. It's not
What?
good.
I didn't. I don't even know what happened. Have me finally meet with you. You came to me. I don't know what happened.
She's where we found him to see if they could find it. I was on my way to Bravo 1 when he said he wanted to go to the hospital. So I heard that.
Come on, Zach. Wake up, Zach.
Okay.
We losing them.
Come on, Zach. Hold it steady, okay?
Zach is led to a hospital room where it becomes clear something went seriously wrong at that Walmart.
Man, they trying to kill Zach. Man, they got him in handcuffs still. He got a hole in his leg.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh,
We're
that's
gonna
fine.
take them all the way off, just so they're out of our way, okay?
Okay.
Now, is there an exit wound or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it up higher?
Looks like a through. It's a through
Is
and
it up
through.
here? Oh, just right there. Okay.
The nurse pulls down Zach's pants and reveals apparent gunshot wounds on his thigh.
Who shot Zach?
The 6-year-old is sticking to his story.
Are you allergic to any medicine, Zach? You go by Zach?
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. Well, this is real grand. Let's we're gonna pull our cell phones out and start taking pictures.
It's red. So Zach, this is the reason we wanted to talk to you before.
What do you mean?
Obviously, you're hurting. Why didn't you come
I'm
to us
in
before?
shock, man. I'm panicking. I don't know.
You should have come to us, man.
Finger on this side.
Okay. Take some deep breaths. Hey, Doc.
Hey there. What do we do here?
I don't know.
How much did he weigh? Did they 6'4"? 66'4"?
You don't remember this happening?
I heard a loud noise. I froze. I panicked. I didn't know what happened and I ran. I got home. I was in pain.
And they playing with Zach,
Your
man.
foot here.
Yeah.
You can wiggle your toes.
Yeah.
You've been able to walk.
I took out running. That hurts so.
It's not long until officers decide to finish those Miranda rights from earlier. Let's see how that goes.
What's going on, man?
Zach, you understand those rights?
Hell no.
I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why.
We know you don't understand, but we can probably help you understand if you agree to those. You understand the rights.
That sounds like a trap, man.
No, we're trying to help you, man.
Help me. I don't know what's going on.
Exactly. You're hurt. We're here at the hospital to make sure you're being taken care of and figure out what's going on.
You're asking me if I understand why.
Do you understand the rights that I read to you?
Oh.
Do you understand the rights that I read to you?
Soon enough, Zach starts getting a little, let's just say, testy with one detective.
You gotta clean that up.
Did you say something? It sounded like you said, shut the fuck up. Why are you here? Who are you?
You don't remember me?
Who are you? What do you want?
Okay, Zach.
They're harassing.
Blood going down my leg. It's cold.
Okay, we'll get a bandage on that. I'm gonna pin these leads on your heart.
Okay.
Can you put that leg out straight and we can put this underneath us so we can get it washed out?
Are you the one that shot me? Is that what you're asking me if I remember?
There you go. Sleep your leg down like that,
You take
okay?
Sergeant Pearson.
I don't think I've ever met you.
Yeah, we met before.
I think you shot me.
No, I think you shot yourself.
Hey, that was a good move, Zach. Try to put it on the police. I think you shot me. I never seen you before. I think you shot me. Hey, that was a good move, Zach. I wouldn't have thought about that with a bullet in my leg. Well, there ain't no bullet because it was an exit room. I wouldn't have thought of that, Zach. That was a good. Blame it on the police.
You're laughing at me.
I'm sitting here about as straight face as I can get.
But you're laughing at me.
Okay.
What good does it to have you here? You're mocking my pain.
All right, you put it back now. You need to. Now just lift your hips up a little. There we go. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Meth pipe.
A meth pipe. Come on.
Hear that?
They said, hey, nah, fuck that. They setting Zach up. First, they tried to say Zach shot himself at Walmart. Now they trying to say he had a meth pipe on him. Really? We made it all the way down here, and y'all just now finding a meth pipe. I thought y'all pat Zach down when we were leaving the house when you was asking for the gun. They trying to set Zach up now. That meth pipe ain't his. No, hell no. Hell no, that pipe ain't his. No. We not gonna put that on him. They pat him down at the house. They were looking for the gun. They ain't find no gun. Now Zach in here, he don't know what's going on. He just woke up out of coma, talking about he don't know the police officer. He think they shot him, and now they done planted the meth pipe on my boy. Man, they trying to get Zach.
Something hits the ground and shatters as nurses are trying to change Zach. The detective is quick to identify the object as a meth pipe. Let's take another look.
Sorry about that.
Meth pipe. Who patted him?
I just patted the outside of him. I was on my way to the jail.
Do you just want pieces in there?
I'm gonna do that on the other side too, okay?
Nah, they bullshitting now.
Just get you covered.
Zach, did you use today?
Obviously.
Sorry.
Don't be fine.
Avi, what are you talking about? Why didn't you say that?
Okay.
God, that is so disrespectful and rude.
There you go.
I'm not asking as a cop. I'm asking because I'm in charge of it.
I'm asking why this guy's even here.
Get him, Zach.
Sure to.
Good when people commit crimes, I investigate them back.
What crime have I committed?
Well, we usually don't have people walking Walmart and shooting themselves in the leg.
It's not a crime.
If that happened, how is it a crime?
Exactly. It's not a crime.
And you're on probation.
How is that a crime?
You're not even supposed to have a gun.
Who said I had a gun?
Who said he had the gun? Someone
Said
shot
who?
him. He heard a loud shot.
Who
He
said I
left.
did that to myself?
I do.
Because I heard a loud noise. I panicked and I took off running.
Exactly.
I'll talk to you about it, but let's get you taken care of first. That's my
Can
main
we,
concern.
can we do that instead of you mocking me?
Yeah, he
Like
does.
laughing at me?
They're taking an X-ray.
Pain and pain?
As care continues for Zach, an X-ray tech clears officers out of the room, but that isn't stopping the suspect from speaking his mind.
X-rays, you have to leave the room. All of you regular folk, you guys can only get exposed to like 2 rem a year. Someone like me, I can get exposed to 5 rem a year, but you don't want to exceed 5 because then it starts fucking with your body.
Like this. So we'll get the upper part table really still right there. You're good. Shoot. So we are shooting radiation.
There goes my kids.
And I'll shoot a lower one. Actually, let's do the lateral point, please. So now, do you feel like you can roll your...
No.
So I kind of had it earlier, kind of been up. There you go.
Don't shoot me. That's funny. That's funny.
That is pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, that's funny. Because I'm crying.
Officials are let back in the room a short time later as another officer arrives. Now, with a slightly bigger audience, Zach decides it's time to make his case again.
That's pants and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh? Those are the pants he's wearing, got a hole in them and everything, or he changed?
He changed.
I can't
The
believe
shorts
they
he
do
was
it.
wearing are all bloody. I don't know if those are the ones he was wearing.
well, yeah, I changed his pants because the thing was like rubbing and burning. It was hurting. Pulled them off, and I'm like, oh no, that's not good. What do I do? Like, I'm panicking. I don't know what happened. So I was like, I gotta change my pants.
Change your
Calm
shirt,
down,
too?
Zach.
I got blood on it when I took my pants off.
Okay.
Where'd the pants go?
I don't know. I like tossed them. I don't know.
You don't know where you tossed
I was in a panic on that. I was still in panic mode. Because then I realized, like, oh my god, it looks like someone shot me. Because the hole at the bottom's smaller than the hole at the top. And I don't know what happened exactly. And I'm the one in handcuffs, and I'm like, what the f? And you guys are telling me, oh, you did this and you did that. I did what? And all I recall is hearing all that noise, dropping everything and running.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If I did what you guys said I did to myself, how the f did I do that? And my hands were full.
He got a point. He
Well,
had stuff in his hands. Come on,
What
they
do you
trying to
think
set Zach
happened,
up.
I'm telling you what I think happened.
What?
I'm telling you what it seems like happened. You're telling me, you were telling me that I did it myself. Why would I do that to myself? I've been shot before. I know what that's like. That sucks.
Well, I don't think you would mean to shoot yourself, but it happens all the time. People accidentally shoot themselves.
What?
See, y'all talking about that medication. You got to understand when you on meth cancels out any medication you on. So he knows what's going on right now. He's trying to tell the police, listen, this is what I'm hearing. This is the real story here. This is what really happened. He was at Walmart, hands full, got all this stuff like this. He said he was at the self-checkout line. Pow! He heard a gun go off. I don't know if it was a gun. It just heard a pow. He dropped everything and he ran. And then all he knows when he got home, he was like, oh, shit, the fuck? I got a hole in my leg. And then the police showed up. Now, the police are showing up trying to say he shot himself. Now, why would he shoot himself when he had stuff in his hand? So they kidnap him and take him down. And he's like, hey, I got a hole in my leg because they were asking for a gun. They never found a gun. Why would he shoot himself in the first place? Plus, it's not a crime. If that did happen, it's not a crime for someone to shoot themselves. So they kidnap him and he's like, hey, I got a hole in my leg. Take me to the hospital. The whole time he's uncomfortable with his hands in the handcuffs. So they bring him in here. Then they set him up and put a crack pipe in the bag. All of a sudden it just, but they pat him down at the house. So now we got what was it? Planting the evidence, wrongfully accusing him because he was going to pay for that shit at Walmart. He was in the self-checkout, had his debit card. He was ready to go. He had his WIC. He had everything. And now they got him in here and they keep trying to tell him that, hey, you shot yourself. He's like, no. I didn't shoot myself. Y'all shot me or somebody shot me. So that's what really happened. That's what I'm saying. We need the footage from Walmart. They said his hands were full and allegedly his sound went off and he ran. And all he woke up with was a hole in his leg.
What are you telling me? I'm arrested.
What are they talking about, Zach?
Yeah, you're on probation. You got a meth pipe.
Probation?
What?
Yeah,
how do you
where'd that
know
come
that
from?
wasn't on the bed? You just pulled my pants down and it flopped and
I didn't touch
was on the
I
ground.
didn't touch your pants. I sat
They
right,
said they patted me down
I sat right here and watched
and that it dropped and hit the.
Same thing I'm saying, Zach. They patted you down at the house and then they kidnapped you. Oh, they bullshit now. This is a lawsuit. Man, we're gonna have their badges.
Yeah, I watched it fall right in his pocket when the nurse pulled him off you.
No.
And he patted you down, but he did not pat
They
inside.
patted me down.
I patted down your jeans, but I didn't know that you had stuff in your
You
pocket.
didn't know you had
You wouldn't have felt that there was anything in my pockets if you patted me down?
Talk to him,
One
Zach.
extra layer? And you're telling me that you didn't notice anything?
I was making sure that you weren't armed for.
Zach sounds pretty coherent right now. You mean to tell me through a pair of jeans you couldn't feel a crack pipe? Do you know what a crack pipe is? At least the pipe part's at least the size of a pin, the circumference, and then you got the pipe part at the end. They could have. Oh man, they setting Zach up. Man, he ain't do nothing wrong.
Our safety.
Free Zach.
Well, it wasn't armed, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a pipe on me either.
Not armed now.
Not armed now. What do you mean? I'm not armed because my arms are back here.
Facts. It's behind my back. How can I be armed?
What do you mean I'm not armed?
You know it's all on video, right? Walmart
On video, yeah. Of me doing what?
videos.
Of me doing what? Tell me exactly what this video is. I want to see it. I
Me
want to
too.
hear you guys,
Sure you will one day.
like, stop accusing me and stuff. I want to see this video.
Get
I
him,
want to
Zach.
see where this pipe came out of my pocket. Because last
That's
I
a good one.
checked, I didn't have nothing in my pockets other than my phone.
Police later discovered that our alleged gunslinger has a protective order against him, saying he can't possess firearms, adding another charge to this incident.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See? Now that we didn't have a gun. Where are they getting this gun and this crack pipe from? They pat him down at the house. There was no crack pipe, there was no gun. So the gun charge, fugazi, the crack pipe setup, it's fugazi. This whole case dismissed. This is some bullshit. I want to see the Walmart video. His guys, his arms were behind his back. How could he be armed? He didn't have a crack pipe. All he had was his phone. They pat him down. They kidnapped this man against his will. Matter of fact, who was the lady up front did the pointing? She may have been the one that shot him. She trying to throw the cops off. She talking about he over there. She shot this man Zach in the leg, allegedly. Maybe she was the shooter and he had to run from her and he hid in the garage because he didn't know what she was capable of. If she could shoot him at Walmart. This is crazy. They trying to set Zach up, man. There's some wild, wild west shit here, man. Fucking ain't no love. But, oh well. Good luck to my boy Zach. Hopefully he gets out of his jam. Well, there we go for the evening. Free Zach. F Chad. And good luck to those over in London. Hopefully they can stop all of that. If they do more of the crime fix, I'll do those. I'm gonna start breaking down more articles and put them up on the channel. You know, a little bit of commentating, a couple of articles, and then you know, saying post them so we can have videos over here. We got Bel Air. I'll probably put. Well, I got the predictions that I cut down from our videos from yesterday or Monday. Yeah, man, we're back in the groove of things, man. Next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be the supervisor next week. Golly. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't signed up for all of this. I just want to go to work and come home. They ain't giving me the extra pay. It's just I'm the only person that knows what the hell going on. I don't like that. I don't like being a subject matter expert. I really hate that. Let me try to find Zach's name real quick. If we can find Zach's name, let me see. See if he had his court date. Zachary Hampton. Oh, so this was July 8th. All right. Utah man arrested for accidentally firing a gun at Walmart.
Just into the Fox 13 newsroom, a man has been arrested after accidentally firing his gun while shopping at a local Walmart. Police in Richfield say 26-year-old Zachary Hampton was in the self-checkout line at the supermarket in Richfield today when the gun went off. They say he appeared to have been adjusting the handgun in his waistband before a single round was fired. Police say Hampton was injured by the shot and then fled the scene. They identified him and found him at a residence in Richfield. He was taken into custody and transported to Sevier Valley Hospital to be evaluated for injuries. Nobody else was injured.
So they trying to get my boy. Let me see. Is there any updates to this case though? This is July. Drugs found in jeans. Drugs found in man's jeans after gun goes off in Utah Walmart self-checkout. Zach, 26, arrested Monday, according to statements, issued the same day, located the suspect, blah, blah, blah. Probable cause. Employee told police that Hampton paused at the self-checkout and then dropped his items and stated, "I have to go." See? The employee told police that Hampton paused at the self-checkout and then dropped his items. So how could he shoot himself if he had his items and he dropped the items? There must have been a sniper in there. Somebody across the room must have shot Zachary. He stated, "I have to go," according to court records. Witnesses reported Hampton ran from the store and was seen waving his gun outside the Walmart entrance as he was. Zach, I had your back. It's all right, though. It's all right. It's all right. We still need to see footage. Witnesses reported Hampton ran from the store and was seen waving his gun outside the Walmart. So they saying he was running around like this. Yeehaw, yeehaw. It was all caught on store surveillance, which the reporting officer reviewed. Damn, American Ford couple found unalives, ruled a murder-suicide. He stated that Hampton could be seen reaching to grab something with his left hand, concealed in his waistband, before flinching and bending over. Zachary quickly walks out the self-checkout where he drops all the items he was carrying and runs from the store, the arresting officers reported. As Zachary drops the items, you can see a single spent casing fall to the ground. Oh, man, somebody plant that on them. Man. Anybody could have threw that over there. Hell no. So you mean to tell me Zach had everything, but somehow he had everything in both hands. He reached with his left hand, shot himself in the right leg. So what did he do? So he reached over here, but shot himself over here. So what did he do? Turn the gun this way and pow. Come on, man. It don't even make sense. This story sounds fictional. This is made up bullshit right here. This is what happens when you fucking with the man. This is bullshit. This don't even. And then he shot himself, allegedly. They said he ran out the store with the gun, talking about, hell no. So this is allegedly what they said happened. Let me not cut myself. That doesn't even make sense. Who would shoot themselves and then run around with the gun just hanging out in the air? That is some bullshit. If you believe this story, then you're a Trump supporter. You're a Trump supporter. I don't believe that. So he just had everything, adjusted his waistband, shot himself in the thigh, and then ran out with the gun in the air. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not believing that. I can't believe that 1 second. No. They not getting me with this bull. That sound, and then he just magically had a crack pipe a meth pipe after they patted him down at the house. This sounds like some O.J. Simpson shit right here. This sounds like O.J. They just set this man up, and now they trying to throw him in jail. Talk about, man, you on probation. Probation? What is that? I don't even know what probation is. I don't even know how to spell probation. How am I gonna be on probation? This is how they do you too, man. When you an honest, hardworking person, he was in the self-checkout, minding his business. Someone shot him in the leg. He ran out of there. They thought it was a gun. It was his phone. What did he say he had in his pocket? It wasn't a meth pipe. It was his phone in his pocket. So when he ran out with his phone, he was trying to get service so he can call like, hey, police, help me. But the police didn't respond, so he went to the house. They didn't find no gun. None of that. That's some bullshit, man. Hey, free Zach Hampton, man. He ain't hurt nobody. He was just trying to get food, groceries to come home, take care of his family. 26-year-old man getting caught up in the system, man. You know when they say the system ain't fair, the system ain't fair, man. They didn't plant a meth pipe on my boy. That's some bullshit, man. Damn Zachary Hampton. All right, man, but that's it. That's all that happened. That's all we got this week. That's all we got this week. Tomorrow we will do a Tubi movie to make up. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do a Tubi movie to make up for yesterday. Friday, we're going to do a test. But if not, if the test doesn't work, then we'll talk about Power. Are we believing the hype? And we'll break down the second trailer, part 2 trailer live on Modi J's. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. We're on the road to 500 subscribers over here and 50,000 over there. Oh, we need less than 500 on the other channel. We need less than, let me see how many we got over here. You hear me? Let me see how many we got over here. We got, damn, they still out there protesting. 431. What's that? 69. Nasty time. 69 nasty time. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 2 hours in on this channel, so that's good. I'll see you guys later. Remember, you can run, but you can't hide.